particular set of skills. But apparently one of my skills is not being in the Expendables 2.
Hello and welcome to my review of The Grey, starring the biggest badass in Hollywood, Liam Neeson.
The Grey centers on John Otway, played by Liam Neeson. It's not entirely clear in the film what exactly he does, but he works with a group of people in some form of snow job, let's just say. He works with a group of trucker guys in something to do with an oil plant is what I got from it, but I can be entirely wrong. But that's not important. What happens is that him and a bunch of other guys are on a plane on the way home, and the plane horrifically crashes, in one of the most intense plane crashes scenes ever, but I'll get to that in a minute. And him and 7 other guys are trapped in the wilderness trying to survive, and they are faced with the problem of having a pack of angry wolves chasing them and killing them and picking them off one by one because they're on their territory. Now, oh my goodness, The Grey, people, The Grey. This movie blew my mind, I really have to say. Especially for a film coming out in January, this is really not only a great film, this is far beyond anything I saw probably for the latter half of last year. Maybe that's exaggerating a little bit because there were some great films of the latter half, but this movie was really, really something else. First and foremost, the best thing about this movie is the performance of Liam Neeson. Of course, this guy is just absolutely fantastic. This character in this film is so layered and so interesting. The way that this guy who's dealing with being lost in the tragedy of not being able to see his wife again for reasons I'm not going to spoil, because that's the whole conceit of this character. He has to become a leader and pull through the situation while still trying to deal with the tragedy of what happened to him. And Liam Neeson is just absolutely incredible. He can portray the subtlest pain just through the slightest look or glance. He doesn't have to be over the top to do this. He's just a great actor. Not to mention, he's far more believable of an action lead than really anybody else working today. When he takes control of these group of guys, you really truly believe that he is a leader. And I have to say, the other actors in this group are really solid too. I wasn't expecting this, but I actually really grew to love the people in his group. And they all had their own personalities. None of them felt generic, and they really, really shined. I have to say, this all around was a very solid cast of actors who worked together extremely well. At the helm, we have Smokin' Joe Carnahan, who previously directed Smokin' Aces and The A-Team and Narc. Now, I've only seen The A-Team, I have to say, but wow, this is such an unbelievable jump upwards from The A-Team. I mean, I'm one of those people who actually like The A-Team. I think it's a fun B-movie, but this is absolutely a giant step upwards. Joe Carnahan directs this movie like an absolute master. Just the things he does with the camera in this film. There's a scene at the beginning where the plane crashes, and it's one of the most harrowing, intense scenes you'll see in a movie all year, probably. He puts you right in the middle of that plane crash as it just hurls toward the ground, and you feel like you're going there in your seat. You feel like you're falling out of the sky in your seat. It is unbelievable. And just the way he captures this sense of foreboding with this environment is really something that has to be seen to be believed. It's just, this is one of the movies with the best sense of danger I've seen in a long time. You really feel everything these guys are going through. Every second you're on the edge of your seat because you know that anyone can die at any minute. I also really admire the realism in this film. Nothing felt ridiculous. Nothing felt like, oh, this is just a Liam Neeson action movie and Liam Neeson's invincible. This is a realistic film for people who know something about what would happen in this environment. This is a film that really doesn't pull any punches, and it keeps you on the edge of your seat the entire time. Also, another great thing about this film, the wolves. The wolves in this movie are some of the best villains I've seen. Everything about this movie is just of a higher caliber than what I've seen recently, apparently. But the wolves in this movie are incredible. The CGI, it's amazing because the CGI is not the best. You can obviously tell that these things are made from computers, but just the sense of just this pack going after these people, and the sense of these things are just full of hatred and revenge, and they just want to kill this entire crew. It's beautifully conveyed through the CGI, and these wolves are incredibly intimidating. Overall, The Grey is a no-holds-barred, pulls no punches, beautifully made film this is going to be one of my favorite movies of the year, and I know it's already it's really early, but I can tell you right now, this movie is far beyond really anything I saw in the later year last year, besides maybe Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. And it's just an incredible movie. I really hope that Liam Neeson gets some sort of consideration for his work here, because he absolutely deserves it. And I'm going to go ahead and give The Grey a perfect rating of 4 stars out of 4. Really nothing wrong with this film, besides the fact that it's a little unclear as to what these guys are doing, but that's not important. This is a great film, and I highly recommend that everybody runs out and sees it right now. And that's my review of The Grey. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to my channel, and until next time, I'm Movie Kid Mike, making sure your time is worth your money.